My name is William Wells. I'm the Executive Director of Esteem Village. We're located in Kansas City, Missouri. We are a 501c3. We work in the STEM education space. We work with students trying to get them ready for the knowledge and information-based economy. We also do workforce development for young adults and adults. We've been in business since 2014, and we've always had a hybrid of on-site, online engagement. And we've been using eZ-XPO and Matt's platform, and Matt and I have been working together for, probably 4 years. We have multiple platforms which I will share with you. And for this presentation, I'm just going to use the presentation that I did for the Envision Center partners. We submitted an application to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in December of 2017 to be a part of the Envision Centers for Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas, and they designated, HUD designated our organization as the lead Envision Center for both Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. When we made our presentation, what we told them is that we had to do a network, and that the platform is not to replace what happens on site, but it is actually to merge on-site connectivity with online connectivity and engagement. And this was before COVID hit. When COVID hit and everything shut down, everybody wanted to talk to us about the platform. We always looked at it as not a one-off, but we looked at it as a way to basically break down our website and compartmentalize them, and also to be able to bring other partners together to work together. So I'm going to jump right in. Envision Centers built on 4 pillars: economic empowerment, educational advancement, health and wellness, character and leadership. 2 of our portals are Envision Center, one for Missouri, one for Kansas. And then we have another portal that is dedicated solely for education. Again, you know, in the world, the way we knew it before COVID, everybody was out. Organizations that had resources to get to individuals and families, they were able to deliver them. Then when COVID hit, that became a little problematic. And when that became a problem, eZ-XPO was actually enabled us to carry on and continue on without a hiccup. As a matter of fact, right now we just ended yesterday our first week of our virtual STEM camp that runs from June 8th through July 31st. And because we had to go virtual as opposed to what we've traditionally been doing on site, we actually were able to expand our reach, both as camp leads who are teaching. We have students that we use college students to teach the courses, and so now we have college students at Florida A&M, Harris in Tallahassee, Florida, Harris Stowe in St. Louis. We have an instructor in Ghana and 9 students from Ghana that are participating in our summer camp. We're able to reach students in Hammond, Indiana, and Chicago. And then we have camp leads that are in Houston, Texas. So COVID forced everybody's hand to move to a virtual space. And what I like to say is it basically made people say, wait a minute, what these guys were talking about a virtual network, now it became a reality. So again, this is a slide I presented to everybody. You see this, Matt showed you this. We use it not for one-off, we use it for everyday engagement. Our summer camp is using it. We have community partners that provide job training, they provide counseling, and so they use every aspect of the portal. And we also are able to, and I'll show you this when I give you a tour of our portals, how we've actually connected the portal and built some back doors into content on our website that we did not want facing the public, but we wanted them to come into the portal to have access to it. So why the portal? Digital transformation, a lot of people think that They've digitally transformed their business by putting a website up. And what we've said all along is when you have a website, you're basically a ship lost at sea. Ships come to port. When they come to port, that's when they can trade and do commerce. And so what we look at the eZ-XPO platform is that port. Once in port, we can exchange resources. We can exchange, we can have, the residents can have access to resources, and it basically becomes a virtual shopping mall. I may go to one booth to get a book, but right next to it is another booth selling laptops, so I can pick up everything I want there. So we use the Envision Centers. I call the Venn Diagram of serving the common good. We have our Envision Center partners that use the portal. We have our HUD interagency federal partners that use the network. We just signed up the federal FDIC and HUD. They're going to start teaching financial literacy classes in both of our Envision Center portals. We have local government agencies and state agencies. And then, of course, this provides access to all of the individuals, youth, and families. So as I said, we have 3 networks. Kansas City, Missouri, which the city of Kansas City, Missouri is a partner. We have Kansas City, Kansas, which the unified government of Wyandotte County, Kansas City, Kansas is a partner. And then we have our portal that we use for educational purposes. So if you can still see my screen, get off of PayPal. If you can see my screen, you can see the portal. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is the Envision Center Kansas City, Kansas portal. This is the Envision Center Kansas City, Missouri portal. This is our virtual portal for our learning. And then this is the Encounter portal, which are for organizations that provide services on a region metro-wide. They provide resources to who would be the Envision Center partners. So we kind of stair-stepped it. So I'll go ahead and log in to the Envision Center Wyandotte County portal. We have networked these together. So I know some people were saying, well, let's take a look at a live use, and that's what I'll do. So once I've logged, and I'm logging in as a client right now. So once I'm logged in as a client, I've got access to all of my portals. I'll start with the Envision Center Kansas City, Missouri portal. And once you go into the lobby, you can see here we have a virtual network event that we have. And so we could actually click on that event, and it would take us to the lobby. Envision Centers, the federal agency partners for the Envision Centers, U.S. Department of Commerce, U.S. Department of Labor, U.S. Department of Education, EPA, they are all providing content and resources to the Envision Centers and webinars and so this is a webinar that they had on USDA and some rule changes dealing with SNAP. It was a live conference that we showed here in the theater, but then we also have archived it so that our partners could come in and see it as they need to. So if I go to the exhibit hall, you'll see there are a few partners. This is still under development. We're just now getting partners. We have a meeting next Friday with the partners to start onboarding them. But you can see we have a workforce development partner that's already set up their portal. We have information on HUD Section 3, strategic workforce development, Wealthy Life, which is a financial literacy. And I believe Wealthy Life actually, if I click on her link, she actually has written a book called History of the Black Dollar, and she has her link to her books that are available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. She has access to her game, literacy game that she created, Credit Stacker. So it's really a really cool program. But what I'll do is I'll take you over to our education portal. And in our education portal, this, again, we're in our lobby now. You can see that we have a group out of North Carolina, Redbird, flight simulators that are actually teaching airlines, right? I mean, teaching how to fly a plane, the basics of how to fly a plane. And so if I click on this, you can see there's his lesson on airplane system basics, and then there's archived lessons of the ones previous before. I go into our exhibit hall, and of course you'll see there are more here. So we have some free K through 12. We have free K through 12 lessons that are available. If I go down to the bottom and I hit the exhibitor list, it'll populate every exhibitor that we have in here, and I can click on that and actually click on that link, and I'm actually now inside the booth. So this is the booth that we have for math, third grade math bundle. I click on the third grade math bundle, hoping you can still see my screen. And what we've done is we've taken third grade math, mapped it to Common Core standards, and basically gave parents now or teachers, so we wanted to give them a roadmap. So we put 9 weeks worth of lessons, some extended learning, and basically said when your child starts the third grade, they need to go through this process to understand these concepts to build upon their algebraic thinking and understanding of unit fractions to move on to the fourth grade. You click on a lesson. The lessons are interactive. They operate in real time. I don't use Matt as my guinea pig. I'll put Matt in, a join, and then it's a full lesson plan. So this is actually being used by schools. Teachers are using this because the lesson plan is already built up. These lessons can be taught in self-paced for a student or a parent or a sibling, or it can be taught as a live session. They have full videos loaded.
So we picking out some help, you know what I'm saying, out the garden. We're going to set them in front of the house. See how many pebbles we.
And the good thing about this is, you see, we haven't lost any functionality. Everything is still interactive. The number 5-2 has a 5 in the tens place. So we've got total functionality of where everything is. We have virtual. I'm using a new computer. We have the VR element in these classes as well. So they can use the virtual reality here, and it also goes with the virtual reality glasses that they have. Again, this is not enabled for collaboration, but the teacher could enable it for collaboration. And again, we've lost no functionality. So I can actually do the lessons, take the quiz, hit submit anyway. And so that's just one way that we're using this platform. And by the way, when you saw the classes, the classes that I showed, that was the back door of our website. So this is not facing the public, but you can see that all of this is actually the back inside of our website. So we've actually incorporated it into our website. So let me see, exhibit hall, code combat, again, video. The students actually go in here and they can actually take their code combat classes. Redbird simulator, we have a Arduino Lab in here. So they can actually, the inventor kits and the sensors that they have, they can come in here into the lab and simulate them first, log in. So this is the back end of their learning management system. So we've actually configured this in a way. I'll go to the Redbird simulator. Redbird, these are all the classes. Let me see. These are all the classes that are listed. Week 7. Doesn't look like they've updated them all the way. But also, to just show you, there's an online simulator. Again, you don't lose any functionality, and you're able to do MMO with this. And so this is the flight simulator. They can pick their plane. and they can fly.
Oh, that's cool.
So they take the classes and then they can fly. Auditorium, Matt showed you the auditorium. We'll stream live. Open it up here, have a concierge. If there's a live event being held, you have a concierge that can greet everybody, answer questions, interact with them, introduce the speaker. The lounge, of course, you can see that we have it connected to our Twitter. One of our parents from the summer camp yesterday posted about her daughter taking our summer camp. About how happy she was with the camp and what is going on. So it's a really powerful platform. It's very simple to use, and you can actually build it out and make it be what you want it to be and do what you want it to do. So with that, I will pause, stop my share.
Well, let me thank Williams for all these great works, connecting all the dots here. If you can share the screen on your network once again, really to show everyone that what eZ-XPO is for and how we are uniquely different from everyone else. It's all about connecting all stakeholders, whether by city or by country or by any organization. This is how we are uniquely different from everyone else. And Envision Center Network is really a great example for that, because like I mentioned in my slide deck earlier, you can take the same framework and apply it to your industry, whether it's cannabis, whether it's for Chamber of Commerce, whether it's for urban farming, any industries. So we actually working with blockchain, AI, more and more. So this is really the critical framework, and I call the Netflix model for trade show and conferences, and that's what you're looking at right now. And as far as the content, that is up to you and your partners to fill them out. We both on content and also collaboration and engagement. And this is why this is so exciting, because I don't see anything out like that in anywhere. Many are just running in silos.
Yeah, Matt, and that's the main thing that we brought it. We knew that, there's several nonprofits in Kansas City that are doing great work, but they operate in silos. And that's why we have the two portals, so that we can bring them all into one place so that they can stop working in silos, because families are not static, right?
Right.
The third grade and the fifth grader may need something different than what mom and dad needs, and mom may need access to some resources that are different than dad.
Now, if you can scroll down your screen a little bit to show the Private Expo network. Now, this hold it there. And this is another powerful game changer. This is like connecting both intranet to extranet. Let's say, we're working with a company with 100 locations. That's above. And then you can work with any 100 locations below. That could be it could be a local chapter or any divisions or any other partners. And this is the power behind this. This is like this is the big picture for us, if you look at it from that point.
Yeah, this Apollo Virtual Education, Enterprise, and Entertainment is actually what we have on the shelf that will be released probably the fourth quarter of this year, that will actually connect all of this stuff in together. But it'll be next generation content.
Now, William, can you share with the group that, how many Envision Centers out there?
Oh, man. Yeah, I absolutely can. So let me just go to our website.
And how many are we planning to connect?
Well, we actually are presenting to HUD the week after next, I'm sorry. The presentation is just on the Envision Centers and using the platform to connect all the Envision Centers together. So if you go on to the HUD website, and you'll see that these are the Envision Centers throughout the country, and I believe that it's not even updated because I know they've added a couple more in St. Louis and one in Colorado. But if you look at each one of these blue dots, which that one would be ours, each one of these blue dots actually has probably 100 to 200 partners within those blue dots. So their HUD is like, this is a way that we can actually bring all of that content into a one network that can then share resources and cross-pollinate opportunities.
Wow, this is just amazing. You think about all these dots. Each dot represents probably 100 to 200 connections by any entities. And going back to the slide deck I mentioned earlier, 3 key pillars. One is the promotion, right? That can mean for a small business or nonprofit for fundraising. Second is the training. Now, nobody knows everything. And this is why the collaborator or digital collaborator, your job is to bring everybody together so that we can share content and knowledge. And the third piece is the job creation, right? I mean, this by itself, right? And you can actually helping companies or helping people transforming their in-person event job to a virtual. And this is that you're looking at that right now. How many jobs do you think we can create from this network?
It's going to be a lot. Not only are we going to create a lot of jobs, but we're going to give an opportunity for a lot of people who didn't even think about getting a job, the opportunity to get into the economy.
Yeah.
Because we are looking at a digital economy. It's funny, we have an airport that's being built that's due to be finished at 2023. I think it's about a $1.5 billion airport, and the 6 jobs that they've been offering everybody through the traditional workforce development agencies are, construction, cabling, moving rocks from left to right. And we know that this is going to be a state-of-the-art airport that's built for the next 50, 100 years. And unfortunately, the schools aren't preparing the students to be able to be the ones to run those state-of-the-art airports. Kansas City, like a lot of cities across the country, are looking at becoming a smart city. But trying to become a smart city, the way everybody's been approaching is like trying to boil the ocean. We're taking the approach of creating smart communities. A city with multiple smart communities automatically becomes a smart city.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much. I think this is amazing. This is how, we can help every local community just to get something start small.